This has been the most game-changing thing that I have done to my trading in a long time. TradingView just released a brand new feature which allows you to connect TradingView to Claude for the first time ever. And it's unlocked so many insane possibilities I'm going to show you today. I've been playing around with this for the last few weeks, and today I'm going to show you how to set it up, how to get the most out of Claude and TradingView, and why, if you configure this correctly, this is probably the closest thing that a retail trader can get to a professional trading desk. I just asked Claude to analyze the chart and draw resistance and support zones and help me identify my next move in the market. And as you can see, it's now populated my chart with the resistance zone. That could potentially be a short or a sell setup. With the support zone, that could potentially be a buy zone, and all of the key zones that I need to be aware of: the swing low, the weekly low, the local high, and the last high. And on the left-hand side here, it's paired the technical analysis with some suggestions. It thinks that it's not wise to enter here, and I should wait for a long setup around the green zone that it detailed between 71,000 and 71,800. But this is just the tip of the iceberg. Let me explain why Claude plus TradingView is a game changer. The problem is, before the TradingView MCP released, if you wanted an AI to analyze your charts, you would literally have to go in, screenshot the chart, and send it into an AI chat. And as you can imagine, this isn't very effective, as A, by the time you would send it to a chat, oftentimes the price had materially changed, and B, when the AI is reading a photo, it's having to identify pixels. Whereas if it's connected directly to TradingView, it has the live data and it doesn't have to read the photo, meaning it makes less mistakes. Before, unless you gave Claude the data, it didn't have the data. Whereas now it can automatically scan your watch list, read your charts, and actually chart on your behalf. And that's just the tip of the iceberg. Later in the video, I'm going to show you how you can even use Claude Code to backtest strategies, exemplify them on your chart, and be your true trading assistant. I truly believe if you set this up now, you're going to have a huge leg up on the rest of the market, because we know that Claude is only getting smarter. We have Opus 4.7 launching very, very soon, which is only going to make the model even better. So the sooner you can connect this and start playing around with it, the sooner you are going to unlock the benefits for your trading. Now, you don't need to know what an MCP is to use this, but essentially what is happening is TradingView Desktop is feeding the live data through Chrome DevTools protocol, streaming into an MCP server, which is now available for the first time. Claude then reads that data and it's able to give you an answer or respond to your prompt based on this data. So essentially, the MCP is now the bridge between the data that used to live on TradingView, the indicators, the drawings, the setups, the price changes, etc., that you previously had to manually feed into Claude. Now that is all happening in real time, running 100% locally on your machine. So to get this set up, you need 4 things. Firstly, you need Claude installed on your computer. You can use Claude Code through the desktop app, as you can see on the left of screen here. The next thing you'll need is to download the desktop app of TradingView. The Chrome application is not going to work. You need to download the desktop app in order to link Claude to TradingView. The next thing you'll need is to install a local node. However, I've developed a prompt, which I'll be giving to you for free, which you can just copy and paste into Claude Code, and it'll save all these setup headaches that you may have had if you tried to do it yourself. And then of course, you also need an active TradingView subscription. So what you're going to do is you're going to go into Claude Code. Remember, you'll need to connect Claude Code to a local folder. Just create a folder on your desktop and connect it. Down the track, I'm going to be showing you how you can actually import your memory to make this proper trading assistant. So essentially, you can put in your data in terms of how you trade, what your trading style is, what tokens you look at, what your parameters are. And then every time Claude Code analyzes a strategy for you, it can be based on your instructions and requirements. But that is something we will build on in future videos, so make sure you're subscribing for that. I'm going to paste in my full prompt here. The prompt will be available for free using the link in the description. All you need to do is sign up, put in your email, and you unlock the Instagram community. Join, it's free. And the pinned message will contain the Google Drive with all of the resources, including this prompt from today's video. So what you want to do is you want to copy and paste the full prompt into Claude. Then it's going to automatically start configuring the MCP, downloading everything that you need to download, and it's going to link it to your TradingView desktop application. You want to just go through and click always allow on these messages. You will get a few pop-ups in the beginning. There are some workarounds that you can actually do to decrease the amount of manual approvals. If you go into your Claude settings and you get rid of the permission toggle, this comes with extra risks, but if you're willing to do it, it can make this process a little bit more seamless. The other thing you can do is you can actually control this remotely. There are 2 options. One through Claude Dispatch, which enables you to access Claude Code from a mobile device. So you could literally be walking down the street on your phone and analyzing TradingView, which is pretty cool. Or for the more advanced users, something that I've been doing, which has been an absolute game changer for my trading and portfolio management, is actually set up OpenClaw so you can control Claude Code through Telegram and make it your 24/7 research assistant. So I have it sending me automatic market briefs every day, scanning my portfolio every day, suggesting trades. And right now I'm in the midst of a $20,000 trading challenge where AI is actually trading for me with my parameters. So I'm filming that right now. I can't wait to put the video out. Make sure you're subscribed because I'm gonna teach you guys on this channel how to go step by step through your AI journey. So we're starting with this tutorial. We're gonna get you set up and then we're gonna go deeper and deeper and deeper because over the last few weeks, I've been going so deep down the AI rabbit hole and I truly believe this is the future of trading. So the quicker you can embrace it, the quicker you can get an edge over the rest of the market. And I think it's gonna unlock some crazy productivity for you guys. So you can see here on the left now it's fully set up. It might prompt you to restart your TradingView, but just follow the steps. And if you ever have any questions, of course, you can just ask Claude. But I developed that prompt to make it easy for you guys so you don't have to do what I had to do in the early days, which is basically going into the GitHub, downloading the MCP, copying in a bunch of manual prompts. It was annoying. So I upgraded it with the prompt I'm giving you guys in today's video. Once again, link in the description for that. So now that we're in and things are working, let me give you some live demonstrations of what this can actually do and some use cases for how you can implement this into your trading. So right now I'm on the Ethereum chart. And I'm going to ask, analyze this ETH chart and give me the best long and short opportunities right now. If you find good setups, ask me whether I want you to draw them on the chart. So as you can see here, it's marked out the key pivot zones. So as you can see, we have the lows here. That's also how I would have drawn it. You have the mid-range pivot point, which also lines up with the Bitcoin chart. And then you have the range highs. Pretty accurate in my opinion. And then on the left-hand side, it's established some potential trading opportunities. Now, obviously you don't just want to copy Claude, you want to give it your own strategy and maybe use the suggestions for your own trading. But the cool thing is it can actually go back and backtest how it would have performed following this strategy. So you can basically refine your own trading strategy over time. And it's not just lines on the chart, it's literally anything on TradingView. Remember, this is literally making your TradingView autonomous. It's enabling you to do things on TradingView through Claude instead of having to do things yourself. So for example, I can ask it to add the stochastic RSI indicator, and then I can ask it to analyze based on the RSI, its relationship to Ethereum price action. And as you can see, it's just pulled up the RSI indicator. So if you don't know what an indicator is called, or if you're just lazy and you want Claude to do it for you, you can literally ask it to pull up an indicator. And then you can ask it to actually analyze what it means. So this is so powerful if you're just learning trading, right? Because if you're just getting into things, you might not necessarily know what it means. If the RSI is ticking upwards alongside price, potentially there's a divergence happening that you're not aware of. This is potentially a better assistant than going and watching YouTube videos or doing courses because you can literally ask, hey, what does this mean? Or what could this indicate? Or what does this mean at the given moment in time? And if you are following a creator and you like how they do things, let's say they're analyzing Delta, you can get it to bring up the Delta heat map on the TradingView chart, analyze it, and help you validate a certain entry point on the chart. So it's basically your trading assistant, which I really wish I had when I learned because I had to watch hours of YouTube videos and make so many mistakes. Whereas now you can learn about these things. You can learn about what certain movements on the chart and on indicators mean just by basically having Claude Code up next to TradingView as a tutor. And I think where this really comes in handy is for more complex things. For example, if you're looking at pair trading, relative strength trading, because portfolio management is a whole lot more than just buy here or sell there. It's what the opportunity cost of holding a certain asset is. So you can get it to, for example, overlay the Solana USDT and ETH USDT charts and tell me which one is the better buy right now. As you can see, it's pulled up the Solana chart, overlaid with the Ethereum chart, and now it's analyzing. So this saves you having to compose things manually. Imagine if it gets more complex. If you wanted to compare every single major altcoin in the top 50 and look at relative strength on the daily, it can now do that. Instead of you having to manually go through and create spaghetti charts to compare altcoins, it now can. If you don't want to do this by typing things in, you can download Whisperflow, so you can literally voice prompt with your voice and have Claude responding to it. And as I said, you could even be walking down the street on your phone on Telegram, voice prompting an agent instead of needing to do this yourself. So you can literally say, hey, go through my entire TradingView watch list, tell me if any altcoins are coming close to my alert levels, and ping me the second they do. Or ping me the second there's an RSI divergence at the same time as price coming into a level. Because the thing about TradingView levels is that they're static. You've got to go onto the chart, you've got to select an alert, and it's static. Like if it hits that price level, then you get an alert. Whereas what you can do with AI is you can have more complex alert factors indicators like when a momentum indicator is crossing with a price level. And you can go deeper by connecting to other MCPs on OpenClaw or Claude code when liquidity for an altcoin decreases by 20% day on day alongside a 5% price move. Alert me on Telegram if it's in my portfolio, or if it's a major altcoin, like basically anything. I'm just giving you examples off the top of my head, but literally anything that you want an alert on, you can now develop instead of having to do everything manually. And I've been using this a lot in my own portfolio. Like I have watched this on TradingView of the coins that I hold. And if there's a material change to the fundamentals, or if there's a major breakdown on the chart, or if there's a breakout on the chart, I actually get alerted to that ahead of time. And you can actually train the AI to give you suggestions over time. So, hey, Sol's actually breaking down versus Ethereum. I suggest that you rebalance 10% of your Sol into Ethereum. And if it breaks back above this level, then you could rotate back in. Things like that. I mean, that stuff would have been so helpful, especially last year and the year before when there was insane volatility. Like, honestly, I would have saved so much money by being quicker to invalidate. And this is one of the reasons why I've been going so far down the AI rabbit hole, so I can become a better trader and play more into my strengths and not so much into my weaknesses. Because one of my weaknesses was actually executing on invalidations, because I would either bury my head in the sand or I would wait too long. So there'd be too much of a lag time between what I was supposed to do and what I was actually doing. AI completely eliminates that because now it's all autonomous. So there are literally no more excuses, and it's making portfolio management and trade management better than ever. So you see here, even on the left, it said my answer, ETH is the better buy right now. These are the reasons why. So that kind of analysis I think is really helpful. All right, but that's basic analysis. I want to show you the next prompt, which is quite cool. Build me an indicator that prints a buy label when RSI crosses through 30 and a sell label when RSI crosses through 70, but only when price is on the right side of the 200 EMA. Write it in PineScript, inject it into TradingView, compile it, fix any errors, and save it to my account. AKA, what this is doing is it's creating a custom indicator. So you no longer need to create indicators yourself on PineScript, and you no longer have to go, which is what I was doing for about a year and a half, into ChatGPT, create it, manually copy and paste it into TradingView. Now it's creating it inside TradingView live, and you can backtest strategies live in TradingView with theoretical amounts of money on various tokens. And then this will actually add the indicator to your account. So if you have a certain indicator you like, or a trading strategy, or let's say you have a series of indicators that you use on a day-to-day basis, you can create a custom version of those indicators based on, of course, back-tested data if you want to go down that rabbit hole. You can see here it's literally creating it in real time, and now you have a custom indicator with alerts created on your account. And you can tweak it over time based on the efficacy of a strategy. So now I want to show you something really, really cool. And this is the next step up from this. So everything I've shown you so far today is what you can do locally on your computer, which is still something I use pretty much every single day. But what has taken things a step further and made it truly autonomous is actually connecting the MCP to OpenClaw. Let me actually get up and show you. So right now I have a computer, a Mac Mini, sitting right there, which is always on. This is my 24/7 market research assistant, which is constantly scanning the market and is actually connected to my TradingView. So I can prompt this on the go 24/7. So I can send a voice prompt to Oscar on Telegram, and I can say something like, hey Oscar, how's it going? Could you please let me know what the top 5 performers on my main watch list are today, and if there are any active moves that I need to make based on my alerts or upcoming setups that I should be aware of. You can see Oscar is now sending me a review of my watch list. This is my actual watch list that I was showing you before. You can see this one here. He's giving me some macro context, what's happening in the market, what setups I need to watch, and I don't actually have any active alerts right now at trigger point, and he's keeping an eye on the 75K Bitcoin level as the next key level. Everything that I was showing you before, I can do remotely from my phone on Telegram. And because it's OpenClaw, it has access to that entire computer. So this is the next step up, because you're not just beholden to doing it manually on Claude code or doing it within the Claude app. OpenClaw basically unlocks all the AI infrastructure, so I can have different models running different agents, scanning the market, and then I can have Opus 4.6 reviewing, and I can prompt it all from Telegram. So I'm going to do a full guide on this in the future, but I'm going to leave it at that for now because this is just the initial tutorial that I wanted to make. As you can see, I'm super passionate about this stuff and I've been going down a rabbit hole, but we'll leave it at that. You can get the prompt for free in the description below. Just sign up using your email and then you can claim it. It's inside the Instagram community under the pinned link. And in the next video, I'm going to show you my full setup. I'm doing a $20,000 trading challenge just to see what I can do with AI. And I'm probably also going to follow this up with the Skool, which gives you the 5 exact prompts that I've been using on TradingView. And I'm going to be doing a bunch more AI content, so make sure you subscribe. Thank you very much for your time today. I will see you in the next video. Have a lovely rest of your day. Peace out.